Hello, viewers. It's Cincy Michael from Scooby-Doo, bringing you a new podcast for myself called The Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will retain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will retain your adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then you get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this everything else out the way, let's get into this. Let's get into like episode Boruto. So basically, Boruto and the others, basically Boruto, Miki, Sawada, and Crocky arrive at the mission where Naruto is being held. So basically, Boruto was acting like Boruto was acting like this is the first time he's been to a different dimension before. He did into a different dimension when he used his Byakugan eye. But anyway, so basically they start to look for Boruto's dad, and they saw Boro. So basically, Boro was guarding Naruto's dad while he was still in that dome structure, bow structure. So basically, Boro was like, there you are, Kohaki, and Boro was like, you brought the Hokage, so you brought the Hokage son as well. So basically, Boro knows who everybody is. He knows about Mishki. He knows about Sawada. He knows about Boruto as well. So basically, Boro was like, Boruto knows was asking where's Naruto at. So basically, he's in this dome right here. So basically, he was just telling them that, the only way you guys can get him out of there is the only way, he's still away in this dome. The only way to unseal him from this dome is by Jigen. So basically, the only person that can unseal him from this dome is Jigen. So basically, he was just telling them the information, on how to undo the ceiling issue that we're telling them how they can undo the ceiling issue by he would take down Jigen and whatnot. So basically, he was just giving them way too much information. So basically, but Boy said I wouldn't try to break him free from that seal, from the seal, cause it could end up, you could end up killing him. So basically, they couldn't wish, blocking Naruto out of that dome bow seal, while killing him. So basically, Naruto and Boruto, we started to fight Boro, and seems like things were going very good until Boro activated this until Boruto and Crocky started to really act funny. Basically, all of a sudden they started to slow down, and seems like they got and they looked like they were being paralyzed by something. Turns out that Boro has this special ability by his science, with his scientific nature tech, to make a black cloud that paralyzed people, that inhale if people inhale his black mist, it caused him to paralyze his opponent. So basically, Boro had the upper hand against Naruto, and So basically, Bull had the upper hand. I had the upper hand. I had the upper hand against Karaki and Boruto. So basically, with no other choice, Mickey stepped in, and managed to and managed to and managed to get and managed to with the help of Sarada, they managed to retreat and figure out what the hell is going on. So basically, turns out that this myth, this paralyzing myth, is not a jutsu. It's not. He's not using a jutsu to make this paralyzing myth. Turns out this myth is also some type of virus that affects people, that affects the nervous system of people. So basically, this is not a jutsu that he's using, but more like scientific. So basically, it's more like a scientific ninja tech ability that, or the enhancement to his body is producing this virus mist to affect people's nervous system. So anyway, Michi was not affected by the mist because of his special immune system. So basically, Michi uses snakes to inject Boruto and Karaki with the antibodies and basically cure Boruto and Karaki of the virus that they got that Boruto and Karaki got affected by Boru's virus mist and whatnot. So anyway, now they know that Bull is using some type of virus, some virus attack with his scientific ninja tech body is producing this virus mist. Now they know what's going on. So basically, but Misty, before we go ahead, what they planned, we need to make somebody the team to make somebody the team leader. So since Sarada was the one that wanted to force us to retreat, she should be in charge of this mission. So basically, everybody agreed that Sarada should be in charge of this mission. So anyway, they was working on the plan. So basically, after a few minutes, after a few minutes, when Sarada and the others were working on a plan, Bola was still guarding Naruto, and that's when Sarada showed up in front of Bull, and Bull was like, oh, there you are, and Bull doesn't know that Nishi cured Hugh. Bull doesn't know that Nishi uses antibodies to cure Karaki and Boruto of his virus that he gave him with his mist cloud. So basically, once again, Bull was telling him that he's been using his virus cloud to recruit people from small villages into his church cult. So basically, once again, he was just telling him that I've been using this virus to trick people in small businesses to join my cult. So basically, I affect these people with my virus. Then I show up as a messiah and save them, and in exchange they join my church. So basically, was telling him, he was just telling Sarada his whole plan that he's been using the virus to get people to join his cult by showing up and cure them and whatnot. So anyway, Sarada and Bo started to fight. It seems like even though Sarada did her best efforts, but it seems like Bull had the upper hand, and he managed to get Sarada and his virus, missed, but it didn't infect Sarada, and he managed to catch Bull off guard. And it turns out that Mickey gave Sarada the antibodies to protect her from Bull's virus mist. So basically, with Sarada's distraction, Kawaki managed to use his curse mark to give Boruto enough power to his Bazinga to take down Bull, and basically it seems like the day was won. So basically, using the power of his karma mark, and Boruto using the power of his karma mark to power up his Bazinga, they managed to hit Bull with Boruto's super power up Bazinga, and looked like they defeated Bull, and basically they figured that the day was wrong. But turns out that Bull, but due to Bull's regeneration powers, he recovered instantly. So basically, seems like Boruto not as wrong, but Bull, because of Bull's regeneration powers, he managed to recover real quickly, and basically and the others were shocked to see that Bull managed to recover to that super powerful Bazinga attack with his regeneration powers, and Bull looking at them all pissed off, and that's how the episode ended, with Bull body repairing himself using his regeneration powers to repair himself, and that's how the episode ended, with Bull staring at Naruto and others with a pissed off look, with a pissed off happy look, oh, you guys caught me off guard. So basically, you guys caught me off guard right there. So basically, Bull was I'm gonna give you that, but you just made me even pissed off. So basically, this is how the episode ended, with Bull staring at Naruto, staring at Boruto and others, with a pissed off look, and he's about to get serious, and that's how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode of Boruto right here. So basically, Bull is a beast. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it just okay? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Cynthia Michael from School Review. Signing off. 1.